Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to talk about my favorite topic in the world, social innovation. Specifically, how social innovators are the heroes of our times. When we look around the world, it seems like the world is on fire. Regional conflicts to calamities around the world. Often, we only hear about the negative news that social media propagates or amplifies. While that is the case around the world, we see incredible kindness and generosities, often led by social innovators. Who are social innovators? What is social innovation? Social innovation derived from social entrepreneurship. What that means is a person sees an opportunity to improve the lives of others, the community they live in. Come up with a product or service to improve the lives. And that makes an effort, a social innovation, a social innovator. My first entry into the space of social innovation happened when my family moved from India to the United States when I was 15 years old. Because of the incredible generosities and kindness of the people, I was able to learn the culture and the language, and also some amazing teachers along the way taught me the importance of giving back. Years later, while working in the corporate world, I had the opportunity to do just that. I was asked to teach leadership classes, and soon after that to teach social innovation. About that time, our family, my parents, had returned back to India to start an orphanage for girls. The last 22 years in the orphanage in India, they have raised and educated hundreds of girls. Through that, uplifting hundreds of families and changing their lives for the better. Back in the United States, I was able to ask my way of giving back to the community that gave me so much. I started teaching students the importance of giving back and getting involved in the communities. That has been single-handedly the most rewarding experience for me in my journey. In addition to what I learned from my parents and my teachers, as in the case of many of you, all of you, it has been the teaching of Joseph Campbell. Professor Joseph Campbell was a professor at Mary Lawrence College. He was a linguist and world famous, utmost expert in mythologies. He teaches us that a hero's journey, a hero with 1,000 faces. He talks about the journey each and every one of us take. In this journey, we leave the comfort zone, what we're used to. We go across the world, or figuratively, metaphorical changes that happens in our world that changes us from the standard, the norms, to heroic self, self-discovery. Often we come across with challenges and difficulties. As Joseph Campbell puts it, we have to slay the dragons in our journey of self-discovery. Along the way, we acquire mentors and allies that signs up with us or aligns with us in the common cause. When the journey comes to an end, we come back home enriched, personally, an enriched life to give back to the communities that we came from. In order to be a social innovator or a hero, according to Joseph Campbell, we don't have to have superhuman strength, or we don't have to die in the cause. It's not required. Joseph Campbell defines it as, who's a hero? All of us are heroes. What is a hero? Anyone who thinks of outside of his or herself. Anyone who looks out with eyes of kindness and help another human being, that's a hero. I'm here to tell you, each and every one of us are heroes. We're on our journey. Why do we care? Why do we have to care? Why do we have to show the signs of empathy? In this world that we live in today, often it seems hopeless and negative, inundated with negative news. It doesn't have to be that way. a handful of social media platforms that most of us, all of us go to give our opinions either by liking or reposting or sharing. We believe, often many of us believe that's all we have to do. It could be a topic that we subscribe to, agree with. But I'm here to remind us that that's not enough. The world needs real action, real heroes. We need to step out of our comfort zone. The hero's journey teaches us that when we set out ourselves on this journey, we don't get to pick people of our own kind, our own tribe. We don't just learn from our own environment. The journey exemplifies a maturity, evolution. We learn from others, people that are different than us, different faith, different political views, different norms. That enriches us. That is what I'm here to ask each and every one of us to do today. As we do that, let me give you some examples of social innovators around the world. Chef Jose Andres and his World Kitchen effort. He's the first to respond all over the world when there's a calamity, when there's a regional conflict, when there's any kind of natural issues that people need food or are hungry. His organization is the first to deploy and be there. While he's busy running his own series of restaurants, this is his focus, this is his main focus of his life. Although it may seem like this is a new topic, it's really not. Social innovation. Social innovation or social entrepreneurship always has been there. One of the founding fathers of the American Republic teaches us, Benjamin Franklin teaches us, he coined the term doing well by doing good. What does that mean? Benjamin Franklin was an avid inventor, scientist, researcher, politician, diplomat. All of his businesses that he started focused around helping the community. Therefore, he coined the term, we can do well in business by doing good. So what we used to teach our students, and we still teach our students, is that anytime you start an enterprise, entrepreneurship effort, think about how that is going to impact our community. If it's a food and beverage business, how can we make it healthier? If it's a technology tool, how can we put in provisions in the technology, the algorithmic equation, to make it a safer tool, a more of a community building tool instead of alienating tool? We live in a world today, uber wealthy are going after even bigger riches. Billionaires want to be trillionaires. People that have the means to travel to the other world, they want to travel to Mars looking for other planetary discoveries. I'm here to remind us that we have a beautiful world right in our hands, right here. We have an incredible population, culture all around the world. We have a significant part of the world is undiscovered. We can step out of our comfort zone, go on a journey, learn from each other, enrich our lives. There has been studies done in cultures around the world. One specifically comes to mind, the Okinawan culture, Okinawa, Japan. There's been studies done by their longevity, how they manage to live a long life. It's about community. It's about, of course, their diet has something to do with it too. It's about sharing. It's about getting together, sharing stories, having a common value and also a value of empathy and sharing. That's not just unique to one specific culture. In my travels around the world, I found out every culture, every country has uniqueness of sharing because we all have common values. We care about common things. We care about our own self, first and foremost, our safety, our family's safety, our community's safety. Just like that, human intrinsic value is to share and to be empathetic and to be caring. There's a school of thought out there now saying that too much care is a bad thing. If you're too empathetic, it shows weakness. I'm here to remind us that's not the case. That doesn't have to be the case. Empathy is not a sign of weakness. Empathy and caring for someone who you never met before, it actually shows strength. Reaching out doesn't have to show the vulnerable side in us. It shows strength, say that I care. I don't know the other person, but I care enough to find out. It doesn't lessen our own moral values or principles or a religious belief. It enriches us. In my own experience, the friends I've had in college, friends of different culture, different religion, are still my best friends. They have been my allies. They have been my mentors. They have been my biggest supporters throughout my journey. My life has been enriched because people like Joseph Campbell and others and my teachers influenced my life to go on this journey. So I'm here to ask each and every one of you. You are the social innovator. You are the entrepreneur that we've been waiting for. We don't have to wait any longer. You are the hero we've been waiting for. We are the heroes. Every problem in this world today, we can come up with a suggestion or solution, whether it be technological solutions or otherwise. We don't have to sit back and let 2 or 3 social media platforms do our battle for us. You don't like something there, we can create a new platform. We can create a new app. We can find a new communicative tool to change the world. Guess what? We owe that to ourselves and the future generation. We cannot look outside to the Mars and other places to go settle when we have a beautiful world here. We have to find ways to get together and work together and help each other because it's worth the fight. So my ask to you, my humble request to each and every one of you, know your journey. You're on a journey, a hero's journey. Each and every one of you is a hero. Don't be afraid to look out to strangers and others to help and to show empathetic side. Some of you may think that we don't have the means. I don't have the monetary means or energy. We do. Every one of us have the means. We could be a mentor. We could be a teacher. We can lend our hand in material wealth and other things that we have to help others. We just have to open up our eyes. We just have to, if nothing else, an empathetic smile and a caring eyes. That's all we have to give to a stranger. That makes our world a better place. Collectively, individual actions of light, collectively that will change our world. We cannot sit back and have a handful of apps tell us what to do. Those days are gone. The world needs real actions. The world needs us. The world is looking to us to change the world. The world is looking to us as the heroes that we've been waiting on. We are the heroes of our times. We are the social innovators of our times. Let's go and change the world. Thank you.